I'm James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Friday morning, the 22nd of October, getting set to a cruise into the third weekend of October, big football weekend, and got some big weather changes coming up in the not-too-distant future, finally. Let's look at some of the Skycam shots around the network this morning. First off, coming from Birmingham, view there from the top of the Daniel building, the sky clear. Not as cool as recent nights. We'll go down south. That's the historic Edmund Pettus Bridge, crossing the Alabama River in Selma and Dallas County. And from Tuscaloosa, the view there from the top of the Tuscaloosa County Courthouse. The feature over the southwest is beginning to lift out and move slowly in our direction. Trough over the northeast, still got a northwest flow aloft. Will be dry today and tomorrow. Afternoon's relatively warm. And this morning, mostly 40s and 50s on the board. The numbers range from 46 at Cullman to 58 at Montgomery. Birmingham and Tuscaloosa sitting at 55. Double Nichols at 5 o'clock. And yeah, about that time of the year, we need to start looking at these convective outlooks. This is day one today. The standard slight risk of severe weather, parts of West Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Tomorrow, risk of severe weather all the way from San Antonio to Des Moines. That includes Tulsa, Fayetteville, Kansas City. And on day three, which is Sunday, got a risk of severe weather for parts of the Arklatex, much of Arkansas, adjacent parts of Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Texas. And there's no formal risk beyond day three into next week, but we might see some strong storms Monday, but not really a classic severe weather setup. Here's the QPF chart. Rain through Tuesday evening of next week at 7 o'clock, suggesting about an inch here. And bring it on. We'll take that. Next week looks relatively wet for the first time in a while, perhaps our wettest week in 2 months. Keep an eye on this tropical storm in the Caribbean. This is Tropical Storm Richard that's been drifting south. And again, the steering currents are weak and the motion has been pretty erratic, but with that south drift, that means that the model tracks have been adjusted farther south. There's the track from the Hurricane Center. They've got this thing now coming in as a Category 1 hurricane over the coast of Belize or the Yucatan late Sunday night. Cuts across the Yucatan, emerging into the Gulf, the Southwest Gulf, by Tuesday night of next week, if it survives that journey over land. There's the modeling, and actually now the models are in pretty good agreement. In fact, the models are farther south than the Hurricane Center in most cases. And again, you can see that the models bring it out across the Bay of Campeche in about 5 days, and whether it can survive remains to be seen. If it does, we'll have to watch it. I mean, odds are more than likely it's going to hook east or northeast over towards South Florida, but anything goes. If the troughs bypass this thing, it just could keep on drifting west over toward the main coast of Mexico. And the intensity modeling, you got a couple that ramp it up to a Category 1 hurricane. Most of the models keep it as a tropical storm along the journey. Of course, it weakens once it gets over land. And there's the rest of the Atlantic Basin, a couple of other waves out there in the eastern Atlantic. In fact, the guys have a 30% chance of that Cape Verde system developing. We'll watch that, but odds of them making it across the Atlantic now are relatively slim with these troughs passing through the westerlies, and the westerlies are dipping farther south. We'll check the OZGFS valid at 1 o'clock today. Trough over the northeast is lifting out. Energy over the southwest is slowly moving east. And for us, we're in between all that. A nice day today, sunny with a pretty warm afternoon. A decent chance we'll see highs up in the low 80s in spots today, much like yesterday. Tomorrow, starting off the weekend, no problems. The sky will stay mostly sunny. And again, most of the guidance is suggesting a high pretty close to 80. All right, there's Sunday. There's the trough over Texas. The winds bend from the southwest aloft here, and down below that, moisture increases. Still looks like the bulk of the rain during the day Sunday will stay west of here. We'll mention just the chance of a shower Sunday afternoon. A better chance maybe Sunday night. And then Monday, the dynamics come on through here, and that should be a relatively wet day. This run is backed off on the amount of rain. And again, there have been some run-to-run variation, but the idea of Monday being a relatively wet day, I think, is a good one. So we'll mention a good chance of showers and storms. On Tuesday, the short wave moves on. We've got a strong surface front northwest of the state with a very deep low north of the UP of Michigan there. And we'll mention scattered showers. And Wednesday, the front stalls out near Interstate 40 north of us as it becomes parallel to the upper winds. So again, on Tuesday and Wednesday, scattered showers. Now, Thursday, all of a sudden on this run, the big trough is gone. Just a little minor chunk of energy coming through the westerlies with a strong 588 ridge just south of here. And that really suggests no big increase in rain, nothing more than scattered showers on Thursday. We're not going to change anything. We'll mention a good chance of showers and storms Thursday, assuming the big trough comes back in there. Then a week from today, dry air takes over, but not necessarily cool. And again, because of the lack of a big full latitude trough, that's a reason why. But we have seen some runs that bring in very chilly air for Friday and the following weekend. But this will create some model madness for the Halloween weekend, which is, again, is race weekend at Talladega. There's Saturday the 30th, which is dry here and mild and muggy, not cool. And now on Sunday the 31st, on Halloween, you got this big trough. There's your big trough coming in, and that would be a very wet day on Sunday the 31st. But this is the first time we've seen that. Other runs have shown a cool, dry air mass in here. So total model madness. Confidence is awfully low in forecasting the weather for the Halloween weekend at this point. We'll just leave it like that. And then the following day, we're cool and dry on November 1st. We'll check the end of the forecast the 6th of November. Big upper low over the northeast, northwest flow aloft here, and that looks relatively calm. But obviously, this is all voodoo out here, and all this will change as the weather gets active and progressive. It's going to be really hard being specific beyond 7 days. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and God bless.